But every person I see nowadays on the internet is just trying to learn it, but nobody's freaking committed to actually living it. I want to challenge you guys today to find the holes in your game and let's live it. You sell something, you go mess around with your buddies, you're like talking, or the next thing you know, you're in the refrigerator eating some food, and then you're like, bro, you've wasted 3 hours today and you're telling your wife you're working hard. All right, guys, it's Coach Evan Macklin, and I'm down here with Kyler Croft, one of the owners of Saddlebrook Tiny Homes. We're in this $5-6 million facility, but I'm gonna let Kyler talk to you about the last couple of times we came down here, and by the end of this video, you're also gonna see me dropping some value in a sales meeting that I'm having with their team.
It's all about leadership and sales.
Yeah.
I had to figure out, hey, I was the cap of my success.
Yeah.
In order for me to grow the team, in order for me to go to levels where I wanted to go, I had to have someone that showed me the way, that showed me that belief that, hey, I can grow this sales team. So until I got around you guys with that energy and the hype and all that, I was at a point in my life where I'm like, how do I go next level?
Yep.
And I was the one that was stopping me from going. So I'm going next level because I see you doing things that I thought was impossible. So when you get around people like you, Andy, the Elliott Group, the Brotherhood, it's game over.
And by the way, how old are you, Kyler?
25.
And how much revenue is this company gonna do this year?
25 million.
Come on, let's go. What kind of numbers were we doing generally when we got down here versus over the last several months of working with me and the Elliott?
We were struggling every single month to do 500K. That was a struggle.
Yep.
First month, that's 60 days in, after you came down in April, we hit our first $6 million month.
Don't play with me.
That's not being
Don't play with us.
Not being egotistical, but it's when you have the right execution plan, when you have the right plan, when you have the right strategy going into war.
Yep.
You're gonna win.
Yes.
When you're around winners, you're gonna start winning.
Yep, man, and I'm not taking full credit for this because these guys are coachable. They're hungry. They're never full. They're always trying to learn different ways to kick their own ass every day so that way they can grow so nobody else kicks it. You get what I'm saying? If you're looking for a company that's fired up, that has good culture, with an earning opportunity, everybody on our sales team last month was able to earn $20,000 or more because they're freaking fired up. And everybody in this company, we've got guys that have earned up to $200,000 in a month. It's not all about money, because the culture here is fired up too. They go to church together, they're learning together, they're growing together. But I'm just telling you, man, if you're on the other end of this camera and you're like, bro, where are the opportunities to change my life? Here it is.
Yep.
There's gonna be a link in this video down in the description. Click the link, go through the process, have a meeting with him. By the way, we don't take losers. We don't take people that have loser dog mentality and energy. We don't take consumers. We will smell you out if it's all about the money and not growing the team. If you aren't a person that's about your personal development and your growth and helping contribute into this crazy ass ecosystem that we've built, you cannot come down here. If you're starving for success and you're an underdog and you've been counted out and you've always been looking for some people to be loyal to you, to respect you, to pay you what you're worth, this is it. Watch the value that we're gonna have in this video. I'm excited for you to see it. And watch Colton and Kyler. We'll drop their handles below. Where can they find you guys?
Official Kyler Croft. You can find me on all social platforms.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
Gosh, I just love the Colton and Kyler brothers, the Croft brothers.
Let's go!
Let's go. Come here, buddy. Come here. Let's go. Hey, they're gonna be so shocked. They got no idea I'm coming. The boys don't know I'm here. I'm about to bust these doors open and we're gonna kick some ass. Let's go. Walk and talk like a warrior! I'm a Saddlebrook warrior! Let's go, level up, level up, level up, level up, Chris! Level up! We're gonna talk about out-carrying your competition. Write that down. We're gonna talk about competitive intelligence. We're gonna talk about dominating. We're gonna talk about how do you go to the next level with yourself. I have a problem. Everywhere I go, I'm sizing people up. Like, I know if there's ego, I know if there's entitlement, I know if you're open-minded, I know if you're scarce or abundant, I know if you're believing in yourself. I know it because I've been on the opposite of the extreme on all of it. I've had the self-doubt. I've had the low limiting beliefs. I believed I wasn't worth it. I believed that other people somehow were lucky. I believed that rich people were bad. I believed all these crazy things, and I had to rewire all the things I wanted in order to become a real 7-figure earner. You guys ever feel like the devil's just attacking you?
Yes.
Do you ever feel like it's just like those days where everything can go wrong, it will go wrong? What do you do on those days? It's one thing to learn it. It's another thing to live it. Every freaking person in the world can get on Instagram, YouTube, look at a freaking video, talk about being positive, talk about working out, talk about the mentality they want, talk about the family they want to build. But every person I see nowadays on the internet is just trying to learn it, but nobody's freaking committed to actually living it. I want to challenge you guys today to find the holes in your game and let's live it. How would we get different results? Well, yeah, we're going to learn to compete. Yeah, we're going to learn to dominate. But when I said outcare the competition, outcare the comp, like, dude, if you sound different and you actually give a shit about this place, and I know you have another level of passion, you owe me 10 push-ups because you just yawned, you have another level of passion, you have another, everybody does, do we not? Okay, so what level are we playing out right now? If we're not every single day figuring out how to dominate and how to kick our own asses every day, we are never going to be the industry standard. I have a guy on my team who's been struggling to compete with us. This guy was one of the best car salespeople in the country. He's been on my team for a year. He's been struggling because I think when he comes into our environment, it's really hard when you're the top to go to the bottom and have to fight for 2 or 3 years just to make your way to the middle pack, just to have a chance to go to the top. Every single day I'm talking about dominate, compete, dominate, compete, dominate, compete, 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 compete. And for almost a year and a half, he hadn't hit a certain amount of revenue, which would put him classified as the top producer in our company. Yesterday, he does $140,000 in one day.
Wow.
And I called him when we were at the airport. Remember, Jonah? And I called him when we were at the airport. I said, bro, what's changed? And he said, bro, I'm starting to understand what this means. I'm starting to over deliver for my clients. I want to tell you guys right now, if you haven't had your breakthrough in the company, maybe it's because you haven't really put your clients' decisions at the very center. Okay, ask yourself right now, are you doing truly whatever it takes to make a deal? I'm talking about, do you send every single person a video? Are you pushing yourself constantly to look different? My worst freaking nightmare is for you guys to wake up and think that somehow I'm special and you can't go get this life that God wanted you to get. Everybody's the same, but there's certain people that have figured out how to freaking win. You got to get goal focused. The problem with most people and the problem with people who lose constantly, they don't have singularity of focus. What does that mean? Or how many times in this company have you said you were going to get in incredible shape, but then you stopped doing it because it got boring, and then you saw something else that was exciting? The winners, they can focus on something and they can see what they wanted to make come true to the very freaking end. So I want you guys to write down a couple of goals that you have that will help you get better. Is it closing? Is it becoming a better teammate? Is it objection handling? Do you have a project that you've been working on? Have you built a top 25 list? Number 2, winners are competitive. I was wired, because I have a twin brother, I was like wired to be ultra freaking competitive. I get mad at myself if I'm not winning. You got to figure out what makes you tick. There's 2 things that might make you tick, and you got to know yourself. This is how I stay competitive. Number 1, you're either running towards the life that you want, the life that you love, that you want to get, and you're daydreaming it, and that's the thing that makes you tick. Number 2, you're running from a life that you freaking hate. Maybe it was the way you grew up. Maybe it was the person that you used to be, and you just don't like that, so you're moving away from it. Write a couple of things down. Maybe it's a couple of the people in your life. Maybe they don't see the vision that you've had in your life. Maybe they don't understand why you're so spun up. Who are those people? Like, do you still go back into the cookie jar and remember that? I'll give you a secret. I actually do both. I have all of these big goals and dreams for what I want my family legacy to look like. Do you have a vision board? Do you know what your goal is? Or do you get these visions and you never write them down? I have a little journal next to my bed, and it's literally anytime I get an idea or a thought or what my life's gonna look like, I write it down. Some of you guys need to start putting your vision out onto paper. We're gonna talk about closing, but if you can't be this person, I don't think you can be an unstoppable closer. If somebody on your team, you've changed their life because you've shown them through personal excellence, you're not a talker, you're actually living the word, you're actually living the word. It's just like the Bible, man. I got this new Bible that I'm fired up on. Anybody ever seen the Maxwell Leadership Bible? Bro, this is like the Smith & Wesson of Bibles, bro. Like, I'm just like, dude, I'm like, I've been chewing this thing up. And I know I'm working on my cursing, but I want to live it. I don't want to just learn it. Like I live this sales game like you wouldn't believe. What happens when I get some of the other holes in my game more aligned? You know what's possible through God if you really actually like live the word? It gives me chills just knowing it. It's like I started to identify, I'm always self-assessing because I'm so competitive that I'm trying to find the holes in my game constantly. Some of us, the holes God is actually making available to you, he's actually showing them to you, but you walk by them and you block your blessings every single day. I'm reading this Bible and I'm learning all of the leadership skills to it because I'm like, if you really understand this, you don't really need to understand much. A lot of sales is also related to this. You guys know like sales is really just self-development in disguise. It's whoever can self-develop the most and learn to communicate the best and have the best mentality and push through on the days where they don't want to do shit and actually make the prospecting calls, do the follow-up. You know, those are the people who make the most money, right? Write down what you're projected you think you're going to make this year. Write down what you made last year. Write down what you made the year before that. Write down how much you got in the bank right now. Why would you want to learn today? Because if that shit is not growing every single year dramatically and you're in sales, you're running the wrong play. And I'm not talking about 20 or 30%. Okay, I'm talking about your number. If you're in sales, you should be doubling it in this company this next 2 years. If you are not disciplined and you're not structured, you're never gonna win. You guys might say, Evan, do you ever have fun? Bro, this is fun to me. This is my sport, just so you know. I'm addicted. I'm freaking addicted to winning and helping other people win. And I know if I don't do this, all I'm gonna let my clients do is go to the competition. Do you guys believe that you're better than the competition? Yes. Who believes they're better than competition? Yes. Okay, why are you not this stirred up? You gotta ask yourself this. What happens if you go to the top 1% in the industry? What happens to your life? What happens to your family's life? Dude, you wanna talk about compressing time frames? You wanna talk about you guys going in and getting the level 10 life? Impulse control is we set our mindset going into the skill set. Impulse control. If you pulled up your phones right now, and I looked at your screen time, you're like, I don't got time to train, I don't got time for the follow-up, I don't got time to be a pro, I just want to be an amateur, blah, blah, blah. If I pulled up your damn phone right now and I looked at it, I could know exactly where your energy flows. And a lot of you guys, it's to Instagram, TikTok, all this bullshit, when you could actually be building the dream life, right? You could be the next Grant Cardone. You could be the next whoever the hell you want to be. When's the best time to sell something? How about right after you just sold something? Okay, that's when you're the most fired up, you're the least desperate, right? You're not desperate at all for a deal. You're just like, okay, cool, bro. Hey, if it works, cool, no big deal. They don't even sense any desperativity on you. I don't even know if that's a word. They don't sense it, right? They don't sense it because you're on fire. But a lot of people, right when they sell something, they go, I got me at 200, I'm good for the month. Dude, you just sold your will to win. You figured out a way to hit your bills every single month, whatever your bills are. Most salespeople, they figure out a way to get by, not to thrive. And that's why most salespeople don't have a lot of money in the bank. What you did 90 days ago, 120 days ago, 200 days ago, pay off in this business. So that's what I'm saying about getting comfortable. You get that big check, the ideal check. Do you get right back to it and start planning for the next 60 or 90 days? Or do you fall for this bullshit? It's like you sell something, you go mess around with your buddies, you're like talking, or the next thing you know, you're in the refrigerator eating some food, and then you're like, bro, you've wasted 3 hours today and you're telling your wife you're working hard. Write down right now a couple of impulses that you know are freaking killing you. Some of you guys, it comes down to, for real, your diet, your habits, that freaking phone. Dude, like if you just controlled those, you'd make more money. And by the way, sometimes guys, it's not about money too. Do you just want to like the person that you see in the mirror? Are there some things that hold you back? Sometimes it's drinking, sometimes it's porn, sometimes it's whatever. Like what is the impulse that like, you know it's eating your self-esteem because you can't stop it, but you know you want to? All right guys, we just landed in Phoenix. What a trip down to DeKalb, Texas with our partners at the Saddlebrook Army, baby. Fired up training, fired up team. What these guys have been able to accomplish in the last several months working together is unreal. It just goes to show an individual can be beat, but a team can't be beat. The culture that they're building, the skill set that they're building, the mindset, the leadership, it's next freaking level. I'm proud to be a part of their team. And dude, compressing time frames. like they're doing and disrupting of the entire industry in just several months of rowing in the right direction, getting the right training, getting the right mentorship, and getting a coach who's been where they want to go, which is growing badass teams, which is what we do down at the Elliott Group, baby. So let's go, baby. Excited that you guys joined us on this journey. And if you like these videos and if you like being with us throughout this thing, why don't you drop your favorite part of the video, your favorite part of rolling down there with us, and we'll be sure to make some more of these videos so you can be right there with us. Let's go.